up, everybody? My name is Garrett Webb. This is Polar Bear. This is Shaggy Roadringer. And today we're gonna be podcasting.
Wrist Slitter Chode Sling.
I have to cut it out every time you say it. We can't put that in.
How long can you do this? Keep saying it. No, see how much he has to cut
Wrist
out.
Slitter Chode Sling.
No, Connor.
Oh.
That's your job.
Okay.
Periodically throughout this, just say it.
Okay.
For the record, I was cutting it out for Chris, so I will no longer be cutting it out. Christ.
Fuck.
Alright, what's up, everybody? Chris said he had a story to tell you.
At the Harrisburg International Airport, a surprise stowaway hopped out of a bag. And yes, I did say hop because it was a literal frog. They go through the bag check as security's checking the bag. The frog
Did someone do it on purpose, or did
No.
Frog just had jumped in a
Just
bag?
was in a bag.
Did they shoot it on sight?
No.
Shoot it!
Apparently, the frog.
Hands! Show me hands!
There's one woman in Atlanta. I'm gonna let you get right back to that. This one woman in Atlanta was walking through a goddamn airport, just pissed off at them blowing a fucking fire extinguisher off. Yeah, just.
Oh, in Atlanta in the airport?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was fucking pissed.
Why?
Yeah.
Angry woman. I don't know. They fucked some shit up. Probably.
I
Probably-
got a first class
probably
ticket.
pissed her off.
You can't
Now I
demote
know
me.
now I know where Archer can see. Why?
It's the natural curiosity of the
I feel
bloodline.
it. I feel it. I feel like I was a lot like that. I almost remember me asking why a lot. Like I feel like that's like in every kid
You gotta
thing.
learn the world, man, and then me personally, I want to go deeper. I want to know why. Like I ask y'all why about shit all the time, just because you want to go deeper.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I think a better question would be how. No, I'm kidding. Although that is like, no, for real.
I was
think that
thinking there
falls
for a
under
second.
it.
No, for real, that is good. Philosophically, that's what someone would say. It is good for a kid to ask why. Although, as an adult, you find yourself asking why for, like, why is my life like this? And it, like, there's better questions to ask than why as an
I
adult.
feel like that comes down to asking yourself the right question.
Yeah, but you should always be asking questions is the important part.
Yeah.
And it's good for kids to ask why. They want to know how
lose
shit works.
curiosity. That's how you get
How?
far.
Connor was like, oh. Yeah, I notice even my laughs like fucking bleh, and y'all are talking. It's like.
I'm sorry.
No, I know. I'm loud. When I notice when I'm
You are,
talking,
and the mic's like right in front of you.
it's pointing at you. It's closer to you.
Is it? No.
I would
don't
think
think
so.
it really matters.
I don't think it matters either. It's about the same distance from each of us.
Yeah.
I think me
My
and Chris
voice
just have
don't
lower
pick up.
tone.
Y'all do.
Yeah.
If we had our own the problem with getting a microphone is if we got a professional podcast mic, we'd need 3 of them. So it wouldn't be it wouldn't just be like $150.
It'd be like $500.
Yeah, it'd be after taxes, yes, it'd be like $500. And so what we need to do is get a video microphone. Yeah.
We could use that little USB one. That's a good little podcast.
Yeah, yes, that's good for a podcast if we each had our own, because that's meant to be talked right up into. Yeah. That's the problem with that. But y'all hear about the China balloon?
Yes.
Actually, Connor has notes on the China balloon. What's your first note on the China balloon? I'm just going off of your notes. Fuck it, you did my work.
They said that it was 3 school buses long. So it was so big that if you lined up 3 school buses ass in the front in a row, that's how big it was.
And no one was in it, right?
No, they said that it was.
Unmanned.
Let's see.
Well, I mean, they said China said it was a weather balloon. Our Department of Defense is not buying that shit. So America's saying no, it's a spy balloon.
It said it was being used for meteorology research, probably not considering its size, is what they said. And the Pentagon also confirmed that it was being used for surveillance. So it was confirmed by the Pentagon that it was being used for surveillance.
Yeah, and the weirdest thing about that is...
And it was
keep going.
it was claimed to be a civilian's aircraft. But, like, like set off by the wind or whatever.
Well,
so,
apparently these things cannot turn right or left. Our weather balloons cannot turn right or left. They can. They have to use wind currents, so they'll like try to catch it going up and try to hit it just right to make it turn right or left.
Yeah.
And so that's what they were saying, that it was because of that. But I don't know about that.
It was 60,000 feet in the air, which is right above protected airspace. So if you think that they put it right where it was supposed to be, it was right above protected airspace.
Yeah.
But still in the lower stratosphere. Still considered to be sovereign airspace, even though it's like above commercial airspace. You know.
Yeah.
So the U.S. is still like, hey, this is our land, even though it's above technical airspace.
Yeah, it's like, we know what you're doing.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like, we're not playing that shit. We're America. Like, it's not because we're America. It's
But
like we're strong enough power to be like, that's kind of bullshit.
It's like finding reasons to walk into the kitchen when you know your mom's cooking a birthday cake or something. You know.
Yeah, you're there, and it's like, we don't have a birthday cake for you, China. Step out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
You can't take the heat.
I mean, I don't even necessarily know about any of that.
Fuck with us, China. Y'all don't want none. Pull
Just
up.
think about it.
Shall we say?
If everything they say is, if everything they say is true, right? Just hear me out. Just on sheer number of people in China, they could outnumber us.
Well,
but
yeah.
I think skill outweighs
I'm not
number to a
saying
certain
that.
extent.
China's pretty scary.
You also have to revert to something I referred to
China's
a lot.
scary compared to
Yes,
most
but that's why
countries.
we have NATO. That's why we have
Yeah.
NATO. So like, if something like that happens, technically China, that side of not NATO is outnumbered. NATO, if I'm not mistaken, has more soldiers.
No, yeah, you're right. China, the rest of the world is that we have allied forces.
yeah.
We're not gonna. China's not just versus
I-
China.
In China,
It's gonna be a world
China,
war.
Russia, and North Korea.
Yeah, they might team up to try to take over
South
the
Korea
world.
is NATO. You got, I mean, pretty much almost anybody else besides Switzerland. You know.
Anyone attacks America, basically the whole world's like,
Yes.
fuck.
Yes.
God damn it.
And the thing is, if
Pull on their boots.
the first thing that everybody says, which is so true, is you wouldn't even need to have that many nuclear weapons. Like, how many nuclear weapons that are in this world could destroy this world? Like,
Easy.
1,000 times over.
That's
you
why
know?
in Superman 4, he put him in a big net and he threw him into the sun.
That would destroy the sun.
I mean, I don't know. The sun's like, what, 1,000 times bigger than the Earth, or 1,000,000?
It's a star. It's a big. Rock.
It's a lot bigger than the Earth.
Well,
the sun might be able to
I
take
wouldn't
it.
so
I
much
don't think
care
so.
about.
I don't think so.
I don't think the sun would get destroyed, but I do think that would
Might be
cause
weird.
one massive fucking solar flare.
Well, it created Solar Man.
Polar bear. Hotter than a motherfucking solar.
And he had really long thumbnail, and he had really long fingernails, and he could scratch Superman.
Really?
Yeah, Superman 4 is a bad movie.
But it also moved across U.S. soil fast, or across airspace fast. They recorded it in Montana on Thursday, and on Friday it ended up in Kansas. So it went that far in one day, which that could have been just from the winds. That's not saying that it was using throttle to go across, but and people ask like, why Montana? Like why were they even above Montana if they had a specific route? And there are Air Force bases there that have like nuclear capabilities, right? So like, just Air Force base, probably nuclear weapons there, just in case for defense. And let's see.
Wait. I want to say this before you move on to the
Okay.
next point, because I think it's really interesting that it's a balloon. I don't know if they did it. It is a spy balloon. I don't know if there's logic to them sending a spy balloon.
That actually leads me great into my next point. I forget which article I got it from, but U.S. officials believes that there is no strategic advantage for China to make observations with a balloon of all things. You know,
Yeah,
like
and
a balloon, like it's big.
It's like a
3
statement.
school buses long, 60,000 feet up in the air, so it's above protected airspace, but it's not like in space to where like you really are like out there, and the satellites would pick it up anyways. Like the satellite's gonna see you anyways, so
The satellites.
yeah. I mean,
No,
there are several satellites.
I know, but it sounded like you said satellites the first time you
Oh.
said satellites. It just fucked me up.
No, but yeah, so the officials believe that it's not even, it's not even.
It's the plural form.
What's the
Come on,
word?
guys.
What's the word? It's not. I mean, it says strategic.
Well,
it's not strategic.
I think they did it because like it's like a lot of people think it's like a statement. Like, are them trying to be like provocative or like to fuck with people?
Well,
Gauging a reaction.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
I don't know what
I
they're
don't
gonna
know.
do. They don't want war, but they want. I don't know what they want. They're fucking nuts.
but they've obviously already lied about it because after they shot it down with fighter jets. By the way, they didn't.
Yeah, they waited till it was over the ocean too.
Yeah, and it was close to shore. By the way, it wasn't just like out in
Yeah.
the ocean. It was pretty close to shore. But
On its
Over
way
South
back,
Carolina.
it's like stop. We gotta see what it got.
but
Did they not go look at the wreckage and see if there? Well,
No,
maybe.
no,
It,
well,
naval
the,
should be
military.
destroyed.
the FBI actually took all of the scraps and stuff to where was it?
Area 51.
No, it was
I feel like this is more of a CIA affair.
to
FBI,
FBI.
FBI would do that too. Federal Bureau of
They took
Investigation.
the scraps. They took the scraps for analysis and
I don't know what the
intelligence
CIA
gathering.
does.
Hold on, what's this? FBI,
CIA is the Central Intelligence Agency.
Uh,
That's why I feel like it's
Federal
more
Bureau.
of investigation.
Yeah.
Well, they'd
but
be
not
do.
the
It'd be.
Central Intelligence.
I think it'd
Agency.
be FBI.
But if it's
Well-
intelligence gathering, that's why I'm just,
Well,
I'm not judging how they're doing it.
Well, intelligence gathering would be called investigating.
Yes.
So I think the CIA just like is
My
like they just
point
have
is,
the
the
information.
federal is like local, but CIA goes beyond local. They'll go international.
Federal's the whole country.
That's what
Federal-
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This is a
Ah.
this could technically
I don't
be
know what the
considered
CIA
an
does.
international instance because
It is an
China-
international
that's-
well,
incident.
See what I'm
FBI
saying?
investigates a lot.
so wouldn't this
We
fall
probably
under
sound
CIA
dumb.
jurisdiction?
We probably sound dumb to most people.
No.
I mean, yeah, I probably sound retarded.
I
I'm
probably
just trying to
sound dumb.
logic it out though.
But they took.
Let's go to the facts we
well,
have.
They look. That's why
I don't know either. I don't know.
FBI took the shot down scraps for analysis and intelligence gathering to their lab in Quantico, Virginia. So I mean,
In
that's
Virginia?
pretty. Yeah, in Quantico. And the Secretary of State plans to take a trip to China, to like I guess talk about this and try to get all the facts straight, but because of the like the new rising tension in China-America relations,
Yeah.
it got postponed. So he's no longer going to take the meeting to go to China. I guess until everything calms down and stuff. But
Well,
that's
they don't know
crazy.
what the fuck they're doing.
Tensions are so high that the Secretary of State was even.
I just do that for symmetry, honestly.
The tensions were so high that even the Secretary of State wouldn't go to China right now. He postponed his trip because of how everybody's reacting to this. Because they obviously lied. I mean, China has lied on record saying that it was a balloon used by a civilian for geological research, and then they shot it down and looked at the wreckage and confirmed that it was surveillance.
Well, but look at it on the other hand. How weird would it have been if they were like, yeah, that's a spy balloon. Yeah, that's just a spy balloon. We send it over. It's weirder if they don't lie. It makes sense. I mean,
no, what's
it's
weirder
weird that they
is,
do it.
It's weird. What's weird is how bad they are at the lie. You know,
Well,
like
they think
why,
we're dumb.
But we're human beings with common sense. Do they think America?
No, they think we're dumb, which means we would have less than the common amount
That
of
is
sense.
like the joke around the world about Americans.
They were like, they think they're gonna buy this because they're dumb.
No,
I'm sure
no.
that's what
Everybody's gonna be suspicious.
happened. Well, yeah, I don't know what they.
The first thing you
they
think
probably
of,
thought it was. They probably did it to make us suspicious and sketched.
well, it worked.
I don't know what they're gonna do. I saw a couple posts. I don't think it looked how I thought it was supposed to
And
look.
have y'all thought about it? Maybe they did it to see what our defense tactics are against something like that. Like maybe they were like, well, let's see how they react to this, and maybe that would answer a question for them if they were planning on an invasion or whatever. Times go bad, so there's a lot of things that you could take from that.
It's pretty sketchy.
But I'm not gonna harp too much on conspiracy on that. We'll just stick to the facts right now and see how it
Yeah.
pans out. We'll hear about
It'll
it.
pan out or we'll die.
Either way,
Whatever. That's like we were talking about the sun blowing up. Like,
Yeah.
it'll be, who cares?
Right.
But the worst thing would be that we might be able to watch the sun blow up and it just gets bigger and bigger and eats us. And we boil over the course of like 3 or 4 hours. That would be awful. I hope that's not what happens.
So, I just have a thought. What if it's like them dropping another virus? I said another. That's, I guess, kind of messed up, but...
They didn't drop the virus.
I know. I didn't mean it like that. I just thought of it in relevance, so that's how it came.
They're like that. That's what the balloon's for. It's to drop COVID.
Well, no, not even
What?
that. But maybe like, what if it's like Okay, I won't lie. I was straight up thinking zombie virus. Like they just dropped some shit over.
He
the
was
States
thinking
and,
about how
like-
everyone was like saying that China
Yeah, I
sent
thought
us the
in relevance-
coronavirus on purpose,
Yeah.
which was a conspiracy
I just
theory.
started
What?
the whole
In a
internet.
It was this
balloon, like
conspi-
by DoorDash, like they just
Yeah.
DoorDash COVID.
He
in a
did-
Yeah,
balloon.
you don't even
they
know-
DoorDash,
yeah.
we Uber virus it. No, Uber pandemic.
Yeah.
You almost
That's what we did.
straight up dog whistled
I
to
know.
the.
I'm a
it's called
whistleblower, and
dog.
I'm not even
No,
part
no, not whistleblower.
No.
Dog whistling, which is dog whistling to conspiracy theorists, which will just like
Oh.
throw in a conspiracy
Yes,
theory
okay.
lightly as fact, but just not without the, but kind of hide the controversial elements.
So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's exactly how it was.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah, it wasn't. I guess meant to spark a
I
sensation.
know you didn't do it on purpose. You were just making a joke, and it was funny.
That being said,
But it read like dog whistling.
headlines tomorrow morning.
So Tom Brady retired, y'all.
Yeah, I heard.
Is that the one that
You know
makes out
there's-
with his son?
Yes.
So okay, guys.
no, he
instead of
doesn't
talk-
make out with his.
No,
son.
no. He makes out with his son. You can say that that's fine that he makes out with his
No.
son. He does not peck his son. He kisses his son. He's like, he told his son, "Give me a peck," and the son comes and gives me a kiss. He told him to give him a kiss. The kid gave him a peck. Walked away. He's like, "That's just a peck," and came back and gave him like a 4-second kiss. He makes out with his kids.
I have not seen the video, so I cannot confirm
How
or
old is
deny
his
that.
kid?
Look at Tom Brady makes
Does
out
it
with
matter?
Yes.
He makes out with his whole family, and he does it on
Does
camera.
it matter?
Yeah.
I think it's weird to kiss your kids.
Teen, preteen.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little weird. You know, if it's a 2-3-year-old, they'll come up and give you 2-3 second.
Well,
kiss
he's always
anyway.
done it, so I think there's pictures of him doing it at every age with his kid. So, because Tom Brady's old and he's been famous the whole time.
The whole time.
The whole time as an adult, you know.
He spent over half his life in the NFL. Like 20 years, 21 years, something like that.
Nice.
It's a long 20 years.
You know
You
in
see
the
how
NFL?
much his face
They're
changes?
selling.
Yes.
Like
yes,
year to
I saw
year,
that.
his head shape.
There
His
was
head
one
shape.
year that
It's not just his face; it's his head shape changes.
and there was one year that like it was like his head was like this, and then it just went
Yeah, it went and then it'll shorten and
Yeah.
heighten.
throughout. Yeah, I guess he just gets hit really good one year, and then
It's awesome.
Yeah, Doc, I need another stretch.
yeah,
Put
he
his
just
head-
goes in there and does this.
I got 2 things to say on this. first off, you know that's an actual thing. They'll put like a bolt system on your jaw and shit, and they'll turn a dial to stretch it out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's
Sounds
a real
painful.
thing. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it is.
But
But that's a real thing. But also,
I was trying to clear it.
They're
for you.
selling-
Didn't want it to ash in your fucking mouth.
they're selling sand from where Tom Brady announced his retirement.
Sand?
Yes, from the spot where he
What the
with a
fuck?
guarantee.
And people will actually pay like $15,000.
Dude, it's going for ridiculous prices.
That's not okay.
There's like 5 jars
It's not-
or something.
What's even crazier is how I've seen this on like scrolling through Facebook. You know Vice, and you know the show Vice on TV.
I love
Well, you know
Vice.
they'll have like little Facebook shorts and stories and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was a girl on there who was talking about how she sells her bath water.
Oh,
She-
people do that?
She takes a bath.
Yeah, about
Defy.
5 minutes, yo.
No, it was another girl,
What's
but
her name?
Oh, Belle
Yeah.
Delphine, she does that.
Belle Delphine.
okay,
she
but
does that.
she's not. But these
That's not
girls
who you're
aren't the
talking
only ones. You know, there's
No.
hundreds or thousands of girls doing this. But they take a bath and jar up mason jars and sell that for like, depending on how pricey they are. You know,
I
but-
mean, that's something is worth what people are willing to pay for it.
I agree with
And
that.
how-
It's gross. I don't know why someone would want that. I don't know. I have no problem with people selling it. I have more of a problem with people buying it.
I have a problem with both.
Because you should be allowed to sell stuff like that. But why on earth would you want to buy it? Why would you want that? Again, it should be worthless.
I mean,
it should be
It goes
worthless,
back
but it's
to
not.
what you just said. It's the worth you give it.
Yeah.
But-
And so if someone wants
but-
it, they'll pay you that money.
I mean, think about it. Think
No,
about
that's
it.
called
no
what's that
fruit-
called? That's what the
Do you know why
America.
OnlyFans works so well?
Mm.
Because of that exact statement.
I'm pro.
Because if you didn't
that.
care who you saw naked or anything, you just go to Pornhub.
Right,
But you want to see that person naked
right.
or whatever you use it for.
I also think people
So
we're too poor to
Is
be
that
worth.
stuff good?
You can have a drink of it. Live on camera.
Dr. Pepper, if you want to sponsor us, this is the new strawberries and cream taste test.
get hit.
If you want to get our,
Alright, can I actually try that?
Yeah, you can try
That
it.
sounds great.
we get about 25 views on the podcast right now. It's our
Creamy.
least viewed stuff. That's fine.
Strawberry.
That's to be expected as a podcast.
It's a little weird, but I like it.
Here,
Shit,
just step
of
out.
course so.
Step out. We'll keep going. You're good. Yo, so tell the story of when I chocolate boarded you, and we're just gonna go ahead and end the podcast. He might come back in time.
So you probably hear it a lot. We reference a time called the Spring Lake days, and the garage times, and that's when he lived over in a neighborhood called Spring Lake, and obviously the garage was the spot.
Yeah.
Well, one day we were doing something, and it was greatly mind altering. Let's put it that way. And I was sitting there, kind of like. I was sitting there kind of just in my own world, like, oh my lord, everything's amazing. And I'd see him pop up. And keep in mind, I'm still like just mesmerized by everything. But I see him pop up with a cup. And he's just, and I'm like, oh, hey.
Now,
And then
now
without
pause, because I worked at Sheridan's at the time, and I had come home with, and I usually come home with things of frozen custard. And by this time, I had a big jar full of melted chocolate custard, and I just pour it in his mouth.
But it wasn't my mouth. It hit right here.
I was drunk, so.
He hit right here and it spread into my mouth, into my eyes.
Oh.
Actually, yeah,
Oh.
come on.
Look,
We got
I was
2
around,
minutes.
Yeah, we've
I
all
was
spoke
around
on
the-
it. Finish the story.
I was around the corner, heard nothing leading up to this, and all I heard was it went all in my nose, all in my mouth. And are you talking about the chocolate board?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
talking about the chocolate.
Were you there
board.
for that night?
Boy, was I.
Yeah,
He's
I had
actually
front
the
row
only-
tickets.
He was the only one that really checked on me.
Yeah,
He's
I
the
was
only-
scared.
You're
I
the only
thought
one that probably saw that situation from
I-
like,
'cause
because
it-
he
look,
just
Chris
had
was-
it happen to him, and I
Chris
wasn't
was
even
leaning
there.
back.
I just did it.
Chris was leaning back and Garrett just did this. And Chris is drowning in chocolate. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, how many fingers am I holding up? And Chris said, I can't see. I'm like, oh my God, he's blind.
At that exact moment, I had just had a frozen face and my eyes were cold too.
I was like, oh my God, Chris is blind. He just said he can't see. Chris is blind. This is it. We gotta call the cops. We're all fucking minors in this situation right now. This is not good.
You can't be blinded from chocolate and egg.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that night was not a night for me to use common sense. And
it was harmless, just absolutely really mean and terrifying.
Especially for the state I was in.
I felt really bad about it. I let Chris do it back to me. It was an awful thing to do. I should not have waterboarded Chris with chocolate custard. Although
it might have been, water might have been better, honestly.
What's even funnier was Chris falling down the stairs. I'm not gonna lie.
Fucked up part.
When you fell down the stairs, what was even funnier?
Oh, the other day.
Oh.
Yes.
All right. Well,
it was funny. I wasn't just laughing about you. I was laughing about you and Danny.
I got a better thing. Can we sit down and have him explain both of these stories? And every time he starts laughing, it just cuts to that video.
Every time you laugh, you have to take a shot.
No, we don't have enough money for this.
We kind of do have to have a new bottle. But, I mean, trust, he'd get discouraged. Connor does not want to take 30 shots. No way in hell Connor wants to take 30 shots in one sitting.
No, I don't want to, but, I mean, it depends on what that one sitting...
We'd have to do it with just shots.
Like, what's after the sitting? Like, if I'm taking 30 shots and I'm still rolling and I'm still good and golden...
We're out of time. Thank you guys for watching. Unfortunately, we're out of time. Yeah. Sorry. But, thank y'all for watching. This is the Pointless Rebellion podcast. I've been Garrett Webb. This is Shaggy. This is Polar Bear. Y'all have a good night. I'm going to just let it...
Peace!
It ran out of time as I said that.